Component.Studio 2 supports the use of variables. A variable stores a snippet of information for you to reference throughout your design. Think of it like a bin on a shelf. This bin only has enough space to store a single something. When you want to retrieve something from that bin, you tell the system the bin's name, and it retrieves whatever's in it. This way, you only need to know the bin's name, even if the contents changes, or it contains a complicated object. That bin is a variable. You're likely already familiar with the simplest example by using data from your dataset in your designs. Look here. On this card in the title's text box, notice the variable row.name. This is a variable. Component.Studio goes to the location of this variable in the dataset and returns the information. This one is pointing to the current card's row and the column called name. In this way, each cell in your dataset is like a bin on a shelf. In this case, it returns berrybush and replaces the variable with it. When I toggle through the cards on my design, it changes the row that the variable points to. The row variable is one of many ways you can use variables. Let's take a quick look at the rest of them. Game variables are global, meaning you can access them from anywhere in the system. To edit them, select the Game button in the Designer or in the dataset. Enter the variable name, choose the type, and enter the value for the variable to hold. Select Add and the system creates the variable. To call these variables using the templating language, in between double curly brackets, type game, followed by .vars, variable name. In this case, it's game.vars.basehp. Dataset variables are specific to the dataset you create them in. To create or modify them, select this button in the dataset editor. As before, add the name, choose the type, enter the value, and select Add. These variables appear like this: dataset.vars.variablename, or here, dataset.vars.lastEdit. Design variables refer to an element of a specific design, like height, width, or even one of its edges. The system controls these. You don't manually set them. These variables look like this: design.variablename. Image variables refer to the images you upload for a project. When you upload an image, these three image variables automatically generate images.variable.height, images.variable.width, and images.variable.url. The middle word variable will be replaced with the image's name, which shows up here in your image editor. So for this image, we have images.cherry.url. You can use the height and width versions of this variable to get the corresponding dimension. The URL variable is used when placing images into an image layer. While editing a field, you can access existing variables by using these buttons here. Select one of the buttons to see the available variables: Design, Game, Row, etc. Selecting one of the variables copies it to your clipboard. Then, you can paste it into your field to use. That's a brief overview of the variables in Component.Studio and where to find each of them. There's also a special type of variable called an object. This is more complicated and will be covered later. But now that you have the basics of variables, go ahead and go make the most of them. Thank you for watching this tutorial. If you have questions or comments, leave them here below on YouTube, or you can visit us on Facebook at our Component.Studio group And for those of you on Discord, you can join the Game Crafter Discord community. Until next time, I'm Andrew Voigt, helping you make the best games you can.